Welcome to the Lightspeed Restaurant Getting Started video guide for K-Series. I'm Vinny, and in this video, we're going to prepare your iPad for Lightspeed Restaurant. Over the next few minutes, we'll configure important operating system settings, restrict your device to the Lightspeed Restaurant app, and check that your Wi-Fi signal is strong enough in the areas where POS devices will operate in your restaurant. Before we begin, make sure your iPad is compatible with the Restaurant POS app. You can find a link to our supported hardware in the description below. Power on your iPad and complete Apple's new device setup instructions. Depending on what version of iPad OS or iOS you're using, some steps may be different on your device versus what we show on the screen. And even though we'll be talking about iPads, this video also applies to any iPhones you'll be using as mobile POS devices. Let's start with your iPad's operating system settings. Open the Settings app on your device and go to the Wi-Fi section. If you haven't already done so, connect to the dedicated Wi-Fi network that you set up previously for Lightspeed Restaurant. Just tap the network's name and enter its password if you're prompted. To ensure network performance is stable for the Restaurant POS app, we'll change some of the iPad settings for this network. Tap the name of the connected network, enable auto join, then disable low data mode, private Wi-Fi address, and limit IP tracking. We'll also change the domain name service the iPad uses for this network to a reliable, publicly available server from Google. Tap Configure DNS, select Manual, and remove any DNS servers that are already listed. Then tap Add Server and enter 8.8.8.8. Tap the button again to add a second DNS server with the address 8.8.4.4. Tap Save to apply your changes. Next, we'll check that the iPad's date and time are set correctly so that transactions accurately sync to the back office. In Settings, tap General, then Date and Time. Make sure the Set Automatically option is enabled and the right time zone is selected. Now we'll change a few more settings in order to avoid potential interruptions. First, we don't want operating system or app updates to install during work hours, since that could prevent us from using the Restaurant POS app. So go to General, Software Update, Automatic Updates, and disable the toggles in the Automatically Install section. Then tap Apps on the sidebar. Select App Store and disable App Updates. Next, we'll disable FaceTime and iMessage so they're inaccessible. Go back to the apps list and select FaceTime. If you see a button that says Sign In, it means you're already signed out of FaceTime. But if you see a page full of settings instead, then toggle off the one labeled FaceTime. Then return to the apps list, navigate to Messages, and do the same for iMessage. If you have other apps installed, they might also send notifications to your iPad, but you can disable those too. Go to Notifications on the sidebar, tap one of your apps, and turn off Allow Notifications for each app that might send unwanted notifications. Before leaving the Settings app, we also suggest enabling guided access. This feature prevents anyone from closing the Restaurant POS app while it's in use, ensuring any passive POS devices will stay connected to the active POS device and not go offline. Tap Accessibility, Guided Access, and toggle on the Guided Access setting. Then, select Passcode Settings. Tap Set Guided Access Passcode and enter a passcode that you'll use to exit guided access sessions after they've started. To start a guided access session, first open the Restaurant POS app. Then, triple press the power button on your iPad or the home button if your device has one. If this is your first time using it, you'll also need to tap Start to begin a guided access session. This will lock your iPad to the open app, in this case, Restaurant POS. To end the session, triple press your device's button. Enter your guided access passcode and tap End. Finally, let's test your internet speed and Wi-Fi signal. You'll need to repeat these steps from the furthest corner of each area where your POS devices will be used. You should test again after setting up all of your devices, and again when your restaurant is full of guests, to ensure that your signal strength remains sufficient under different conditions. To check your internet speed, Open a web browser on your iPad and perform a Google search for Internet Speed Test. Google has a built-in speed test that will appear as the first result. Tap Run Speed Test and wait for it to finish. Lightspeed Restaurant requires 20 megabits per second for download and upload speeds on your POS. If your speeds are less than that, you may need to upgrade your internet package. Now, to test the strength of your Wi-Fi signal. On your iPad, go to the App Store and download Apple's Airport utility. When it's finished installing, open the Settings app, tap Apps, and select Airport Utility. Enable the Wi-Fi scanner option, then return to your home screen and open the Airport Utility app. In the app, tap Wi-Fi Scan in the upper right corner. Tap Scan and wait for it to run. Once your network appears on the list, make sure the RSSI is between 0 and -67. The closer to 0 it is, the stronger the signal. If it's less than -67, you may need to add new access points to your network or move existing ones to increase your Wi-Fi signal coverage. When you're done testing, tap Stop to end the scan. To save battery power, return to the Settings app, go back to the Airport Utility page, and disable the Wi-Fi scanner. And that's all for configuring your iPad. For more information, you can continue with our Getting Started video series or visit the articles in our Help Center.